What's up, guys? It's the Bad Wolf. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully, everyone's doing good out there. And as the season changes and we start to be able to express ourselves and enjoy the holiday times, make sure you guys take time to keep yourself healthy out there. Okay, so eat right, drink your water. Um, Make sure that if you can, it's out of a copper vessel, and take your vitamins and all that good stuff. All right, because you being healthy is the most important thing out of everything that you're doing and you're going through, because without your mental health and your physical health, then you don't have much of anything else. So take care of yourselves. All right. So before we get into it, this particular video is going to be me showing you the information pertaining to the right to travel. And we're going to be looking at California and what they have in their code, because most of my viewers come from either New York or California. All the other places pale in comparison to the actual number. So we're going to focus in on over there for a hot minute. But before we get there, I just want to thank everybody for supporting. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And any information you guys need, remember, we provide a lot of information for free on blacksite32.com. So as always, guys, make sure that you guys aren't paying too much for these packages and programs from some of these so-called gurus and whatever else. All this information, even the stuff that I provide, can be found in book and online and in court cases. Okay. Apparently, there's some people out there that don't like that I want to keep things cheap and free for you guys. But then I guess that just really goes to show about their character, that apparently some people are really just out about money. And how a person moves is a direct representation of who they really are on the inside. Okay. So a lot can be said by how a man moves and how he handles himself. So keep that in mind in everything. That goes for women as well. How you move and how you operate and how you deal with others and how you attack others, or how you let people even attack you, can show a lot about yourself as a distinguished person, an honorable person, and a God-fearing person. So as a God-fearing person, I definitely pray for all the negative people out there to find their way, and to find the light. Okay. So now that we got the little pleasantries out of the way, let's get started. So once again, thank you guys for being here. It is always fabulous that you guys love to learn information, because that's what we do here. Okay, let me just get the like I said, I'm not sponsored by Google or anything. It's just they're one of the bigger ones. So they have a lot more information. But in all honesty, my particular experiences being unique, I've noticed that some of them tend to, you know, we'll just say they find their own way to misplace information that once was able to be found. All right, so let's get over to Google and just take a look at some stuff here. All right. So in the way of right to travel, um, you should find your state's code in order to use in your own paperwork, dealing with a lot of their cases, so that you can use the codes that they have against them. Now here, let's back up. Now, I'm going to show you guys California and how some of the information compares. We're going to use like California and I made one specifically on Wisconsin and I think another state, but I'm going to compare the information there so you guys can see this for yourselves, that all states are actually kind of independent. They all kind of move a little bit differently. So the terminology for your particular state, you should be able to use what I'm going to show you. Okay. Um, to find how they're operating in your state. So once again, what is this really about? Well, each state has a list of codes that, when you operate properly, allow you to operate in their area as a private person or a foreign person. So remember, they don't own all of the land. They don't own everything in the area. They maintain the roads, but we, the public, are the ones who paid for those roads. So those are our roads. They maintain them. So, and they're public, which means anybody around the world, even Vladimir Putin right now, could come here and drive down the roads and do whatever he does, I guess. So you can't tell me that other people can't use the roads. So police officers do not have the right to tell you or anybody who's operating private that they can't operate privately with a private plate and operating as a foreign entity. Matter of fact, like I said, um, the but you have to be in the right standing, okay? Or you have to have everything done correctly so that you're out of their system or never bring your stuff into their system. So me, for instance, my vehicle's in a private trust and I had my vehicle titled immediately in the name of that private trust. And then the sellers informed the DMV of that information. So when that information is then ran, a U.S. citizen doesn't own that. So legally, that means that the owner of that vehicle is a foreign person or a foreign entity or it's called foreign registration. Okay. All right. So let's get over. So first, I'm going to rehash what we already did on Wisconsin, and then we're going to jump over to California so we can show you the differences in the information. You guys will find this entertaining. Okay. So let's get back over there. So, all right. So right here, Wisconsin's code is 341.40. All right. And as you see here, they have it labeled as exemption of non-residents and foreign registered vehicles. So in your state, back it up, you're going to want to look up that phrase, exemption of foreign registered vehicles or non-residents. Okay. But let's go in, let's get back there and go a little bit deeper. Okay. Deep light. All right. Once again, guys, if you guys see anybody making videos out there against me in some kind of negative or bullying way or calling me the S word, please report that video and their channel for bullying, slander, defamation of character, which is a suable offense, especially if they're using any of my likenesses, images, logos, or anything else. So if you see any of that stuff pop up, hit that button for me. Thank you in advance. All right. Now, and as always, to those people out there who, have their own, viewpoints, if you don't like my information, don't watch the videos. Don't subscribe to me then. Why do that? You're just trying to cause controversy because you're a hater or something? Like, that's crazy to me. I'm not a child. I'm not going to go tit for tat on my channel against your channel. Ooh, I'm not going to start, never have, ain't going to do it. Sorry. It's the work is the work. And if you're not focused on doing this work, then why are you in it? For the money? Yeah, keep overcharging people. Do whatever you got to do. But those of us who want to be left alone, keep it moving. All right. So this code here was from 2010, Wisconsin code. That's when they implemented this. It's in subchapter 3, registration, taxation, exemption of non-residents. So here, their terminology says exemption of non-residents and foreign registered vehicles. So that's what you're going to want to look up and type in your state. So if you're in Florida, type in Florida, exemption of non-residents and foreign registered vehicles, or type in state of Florida, non-resident registration or foreign registered vehicles. You're going to have to do some hunting, but it's better to do it really on like Google, who will then check your state's website for you. I find that if you go to their state websites directly and try to look this information up, it is taxing. Okay. They make it complicated and convoluted, much like a lot of people out there, as much as possible. So here, the short version is it says, except as are other foreign vehicles registered under this title, 341. So some have to be done. Okay. And others do not. So that means if your state says, hey, when you go there, you better register us with the government or the state, then you better do it. But for the rest of them who are private and not controlled by a foreign state with a government over you, but you are your own government, then you are private. It says here, your jurisdiction, you are exempt from the laws of this state. Now, this does not mean you can speed and do crazy things. This just means you can use the roads like everybody else, and they can't say anything as long as you're not endangering public safety. The vehicle must carry a registration plate, including the registration in the other jurisdiction. So the plate must have the name of where it's registered. So in our case, it's going to be the foreign private trust. The vehicle must then also be owned by a non-resident. So you want to create a affidavit of being a non-resident to that state. Okay. And then it's pretty much the same, blah, blah, blah. You must comply with the gross weight. And if your vehicle can be taxed, it must be able to be taxed. If it's not taxable, then it will not be taxed. So that's all they're saying here. Okay, so here, once again, the key things here, they're saying the exemption of non-residents and foreign registered vehicles. So exemption of non-resident vehicles and foreign registered vehicles. These are the terms you're going to want to look for in your state. Now we're going to pop over to California. Like my sound effect there, high quality. So over there, section 13 of 38, chapter 12, non-resident vehicles. So here, they just call theirs just non-resident vehicles, whereas over here, they don't say, well, let me say, okay, so here they have it, but it's broken apart. So it's non-resident vehicles and foreign registered vehicles. So your state, you might have to look up private vehicles or private vehicle registration along with these two other terms to find it in your state. But let's see what they say, and I'm going to help you guys out with this. All right. So let's see. You know what? Let's have our lovely assistant read it for us. So what they're saying here is that you can operate your vehicle private and foreign. So this also goes out there to those police officers who watch my videos. Yes, I have friends and family who are police officers as well. Know some sheriffs too out there. A lot of them don't understand the information. So because your bosses and managers aren't going to tell you this, but in your books, it's known as foreign nationals. Okay, this is where this falls underneath because there's such a thing as jurisdiction. You guys know that when you guys talk to an FBI officer or an NSA or whatever else. Okay. All right. So, peace and love to all of my family members out there, all family wolves, all the families that I belong to. You guys know who you are. Thank you. Thank you for your love, kindness, and support as always. And to all those other people out there throwing me shout outs on their channels and platforms, thank you as well. I appreciate you guys. Also, a shout out goes out to Sovereign Living. Support that man over there. He does great work. Follow his information as well. All right, now back to your regularly scheduled program. So they throw you off with this. Oh, is it a commercial vehicle? Are you subject to this? Blah, blah, blah. They have to try to dissuade you, but also put that if you are that, before you do this, don't be that. Okay. So, okay, let's really break it down. Okay, so she read it. So the owner of any vehicle other than a commercial of a type subject. So here's the thing. So you have to be subject to registration. So commercial is subject, which is registered in a foreign jurisdiction. So that'd be your trust, or if you set up a true foreign trust or whatever from another country, or you register your vehicle up there, or however you want to do it. Okay, may operate the vehicle in California, but here they go. So they got to try to catch you until the owner accepts gainful employment. This is for profit. You're not a for-profit entity, okay, in this state. Okay. Or establish residency in this state. Well, you're thinking, oh, well, I do live there. Well, to reside there means you're using the zip code and you're registering yourself there as a voter. Or you're using the all caps name and the the zip code. You're establishing residency. Do you remember when you were younger and they said you need to prove residency? Show us mail with your all capitalized name and zip code on it. Something official. That's how you establish residency. You can remove that by either closing out your voter registration or creating an affidavit of revocation of your residency in that state, or whichever occurs first, provided the vehicle displays a valid license plate. Well, valid sounds official. Valid just means it needs to be a plate and have the name of where it's registered on the top of it. They cannot tell you cannot have a private plate, and has a valid registration issued to the owner, and the owner was a resident of that state at a time of issuance. Okay, so when your trust owns it, it is the valid owner, not you. Your trust makes it valid, so you want to keep a copy of your trust in your vehicle. Your trust is also not a resident of any of those states. It's foreign, but it's foreign to itself. It owns itself. It is its own entity. So yes, this qualifies here in California. So here, look at how they label it as privileges of non-residents. Well, that's crap. This should be freedoms and liberties. But see, they have to downplay this. Well, we're granting you this. No, you can't grant somebody this. You don't own the state of Cal or the area of California by yourself. It's the people who do. The people can shut down all that. They can stop doing business with the state of California, and you're done, son. Wait till everybody learns they can put their houses in trust and not have to pay taxes, or especially in California, use your passport, go down to the property tax assessor and get your house off the tax rolls, or use their property tax exemption and all that. And elect to not pay taxes with the non-resident tax form for your state. Oops. Okay, let's go on. A non-resident owner of a vehicle. So this is what you are to refer to yourself as, or a foreign national to police. Yeah, I'm a non-resident owner of this vehicle, or this vehicle is owned by a non-resident. Key right here, guys. May operate or permit operation of a vehicle in California without obtaining a California registration. See how they just have to try to throw it in there, try to shake you off your course. If the vehicle is registered in the place of the residence of the owner. So yeah, either you're from another country, or you're private, or you have your own micronation. That's where this qualifies. And displays a valid license plate issued by the state. So we already talked about this in the first part. But once again, they're trying to double down to scare you and freak you out, so you leave this alone. This exemption does not apply if the non-resident owner rents. Dun, dun, dun. Leases, lends, or otherwise furnishes the vehicle to, see, you thought it was over. Oh, I'm a non-resident, but I rent, bro. You got to read the whole thing. Or otherwise furnishes the vehicle, so your vehicle, to a California resident. Oh, so you're saying my wife can't use it? Oh, man, see, they're playing with you. But they're being honest, so let's keep it moving. For the regular use. So, yeah, she can take it here and there. She just can't use it as a daily driver. On the California highways. Wow, are you in the highways? You in street, boulevard, what? If it's not called a highway, then this really doesn't apply. But see, this means the high waterways, because this is maritime jurisdiction. Okay, so let's go on. Any vehicle owned by a non-resident and furnished to a California resident for their regular use. Regular use is the key word, meaning every day. Within the state must be registered in California within 20 days after first operation of the vehicle. So yeah, as long as that person, your friend or family, is borrowing it here and there, not an everyday driver, they can do that. Because if you are a resident, you reside in their corporation, you are an employee, you're a federalized state employee of California, state of California, you're their property. They don't want their property doing free stuff. Use our stuff, pay us. Me. Look at me, look at me. Okay, let's go on to the last one. A non-resident registration that does not indicate. So here they're trying to tell you what you must do as a private person. Can't do that. Sorry, California. The roads are public, period. Anybody public or anything public can use it. You cannot endanger the public and you cannot abuse that property, but you can't say this. But nobody's caught them or held them to this, so it is what it is. But that's okay. We got something for you too. So a non-resident registration that does not indicate an expiration date will be considered to expire 1 year from the date of first use. So how do you know when I first used my private vehicle there if I don't have it on my plate or on my paperwork? They're going to go by the cop trying to write this up, with your information, which is private. So really, they're not supposed to have it, but they'll do it. They'll try. So this, once again, is another little way of trying to pull you into their jurisdiction or mess with you. From the first use of the vehicle in California. Okay, well, here's the thing. Legally, I'm not in California. I can't be in California unless I'm using their zip code and all caps name and registered there. So I'm not in California. Like I told you guys, the word in and of are modifiers. They are humdingers, let me tell you. Like some of these clowns out here spreading false information, playing games. Craziness. This right here changes everything. I'm not in California. I'm not operating in the state of California. I'm in the California area. I'm on the public streets, which anybody can use, but I'm not in California. I can't be in it. I mean, what, the ground? The ground can, I guess you could call the ground area itself is California, but I'm not in the ground. Because see, they can't say in the general vicinity of the area known as California. So here's the modifier. This changes everything. So, but then it says fees are due immediately and must be paid within 20 days if the owner accepts gainful employment or establishes residency. So what do you do? So if you're in California, you should abide by this just to play nice in the sandbox. That's why you guys must check out your state to make sure that you can fully be in compliance. Do you have to? No, but should you? Yeah, you really, really should. Educational information only. So what do? You create a plate like normal. And for those of you who already have plates out there, redo them. I've done mine 4 or 5 times to make sure I'm fully compliant. Well, take me, for instance. Let's say I take my plate to California. I'm not from there. I don't have to be in compliance with your thing. You can't write me a ticket because we don't have a contract for the driving privilege. Unless I'm endangering public safety or reckless and endangerment or abusing or the property, something financially provable, verifiable. Doesn't mean you're above the law. Just can't speed and do all crazy stuff because then you're endangering people's loved ones and families and friends, and they will always stop any endangerment upon the public. That's what they're taxed for. But did you know that the citizen and the national can do a citizen's arrest against another person or even a police officer if they're operating out of control or their faculties seem to not be in place? Yes, but that doesn't mean just go up to any of them with a gun, start doing anything crazy. You better make sure that they're specifically doing things that they're not able to do, because they will then plague you as the problem. Right? Put you on TV as a sovereign citizen trying to stomp a cat. No, this is a citizen's arrest. Okay, so but rarely is that going to happen. But you should know your rights. Anyway, I digress. So if you're in California and you're about to do right to travel, watch all my videos first and make sure you know what you're doing. Be prepared that you still might be challenged here and there. Have all your travel binder, all your things closed out, all that stuff. For those people who already have a plate, this applies to you. Recreate or create your plate, and you're going to put an expiration date on yours. Okay. I would put on there, say December 1st, 2100, 2200, 3000, in the year 3000. Because then you're fully compliant. You've done everything that they said. If you're going to be looked at as a member of their road use, you're operating private and foreign, all your paperwork is right, you're abiding by the laws for the general public as a private person, there you go. You're good. So that's about it, guys. So this goes out to California because people were asking me about California and how to find the laws they can use to put into their affidavits or their court cases or their travel binder. There you have it. Okay. So if requested, I'll do another state, but you guys get how to do it now. You know the three terms: non-resident vehicle, foreign vehicle registration, private vehicle registration. Those are the terms you're going to search with your state. So be safe out there. Do not be belligerents and combatants from your favorite non-belligerent, non-combatant. Treaty of the United States, peaceful leader of Levitica. Long live the Queen, and F all your haters. Don't like us, want to be just like us. Oh yeah, but shake that dirt off. Keep it moving. Don't let anybody bother you guys. Get yours out there. Life's too short to be playing in the dirt with devils. All right. So don't let anybody break your stride. Don't let anybody hold you down. Oh no, I got to keep on traveling. All right, guys. That's about it. So take care of yourselves, guys. Happy holidays. Stay positive out there. Appreciate each and every one of you guys and travel safe. Wolf is out. Peace.